Hi, I'm Kat Loretta, and welcome to my channel, Elevate for Self-Love, where we discuss self-esteem, self-love, self-confidence, and dealing with healing after toxic relationships. Today's topic I would like to speak about is when people have a certain perception of you, but it's not really you. So it's a discerning between someone's perception of who you are versus what you know you really are. And I think a lot of us can get caught up in the idea that what someone else thinks of us and what someone else says about us may or may not be true, and it can make us doubt ourselves. Most people, even someone who has a lot of confidence, can doubt that confidence and themselves depending upon who is making a judgment call and saying something about them as far as their perception goes, if it's a negative thing. So I think the main point of this really short video is just going to be that you have to be conscious of who is making that assessment. So for instance, is the person that you're hearing this information from who's giving you, let's say, a negative feedback or calling you a name, like for instance, someone recently called me needy. I don't associate myself as being needy. I'm actually a person who's extremely independent and essentially very solely driven, and I'm a very strong, opinionated, independent person. So for me, it was like sort of strange, like this person's saying I'm needy, okay, and overwhelming. And one thing I had read like a while ago was if someone says you're overwhelming, it just could be that they're overwhelmed. So that's their capacity. It doesn't mean that you're overwhelming. It doesn't say anything really about you. It's actually their capacity, their perception. So you have to really think about who is the person making the assessment. Is that person healthy? Is that person mature? Is that person, does that person have the emotional capacity to, be open enough to recognize what's really you and what's really them and their limitations? Some people are very limited. They can't handle someone who has any needs at all. And we've talked about narcissists and the fact that a lot of toxic people can't handle if you have any needs at all. So if you think about that person, where they're coming from, it's like they're coming from this place where if you have any needs at all, you're going to be needy. You're going to be too much. It's going to overwhelm them. It's going to be too much for them because they can't handle you having any needs. They're so far over here in this like mindset of like, they're not allowing you to have needs, and if you even tried to have a little bit, they're like it's you're needy, it's too much. So you need to be relating more with healthy people who are over here closer to where you are, who have a more balanced approach, let's say, a more balanced idea of what's healthy needs, what are not healthy needs, what's really needy from an objective point of view. Because essentially these people who have sort of toxic types of mindsets or behaviors, those people don't have an objective point of view. They're operating from a subjective perspective that's only coming from a dysfunctional mindset. So essentially you can't let that person's judgment of you or perception of you or things they say about you to really bother you or make you doubt yourself, or you can't take it to heart because they don't have the emotional capacity to even understand what they don't understand. And you could maybe try, I know we've all done this, you try to explain to them, you try to help them understand, but some people just don't have that capacity, whether it's they're lacking in emotional maturity, they just have a toxic, selfish mindset, they may be actually like clinically mentally ill, and they may have a personality disorder. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. All you need to know is that that person's opinion of me does not trump my opinion of me. And my opinion of me is that I am not needy. I have healthy needs. I express myself. I lay out boundaries. And some people, especially toxic people, are not going to be happy with the fact that I am voicing these things and actually putting down boundaries and limitations for them in certain ways, because those types of people want to take advantage of you, and they don't like the fact that you're going to say no. So they're going to try whatever they can to attack you and, pinpoint your supposed flaws, etc. So I just wanted to say, don't let this take you off your pedestal that you have yourself on. Keep yourself on a pedestal. You belong there. You deserve to be there. If you're doing the work inside, if you are a healthy individual, you've done everything that you can to try to work on your own issues. You try to be fair-minded and objective, caring, loving person with people, and you're running into these other people who are saying something totally different. I think that you really have to take it from where it comes, especially too if like other people in your life all think that you are healthy and you're not needy and you, let's say, are independent, whatever it is. I'm just using that as an example because someone said that to me recently. But if all these other people in your life are in agreement, then you have to think about that.